It's a city where anything can happen, so what could go wrong or right as I hit up LA Unscripted. Big, bold, eye-popping, and way over the top. That's not just the creative cuisine served up at Barton G, but what's on the menu while living anywhere in LA. Hi everyone, I'm Dana Devon, and how great is it that our city sets the trends, plus is usually steps ahead of the curve. Just take a look at this.
Hi, my name is Kathy Kwan. I'm the president of Cytex USA. So basically, we're the denim jean manufacturer. LA used to be a denim hub, but with all this overseas manufacture process, a lot of factories have been left Los Angeles. So big goal, we wanted to bring the manufacture back to the LA. Since we opened up the factory in March, there's a lot of demands that gets through our hub. Some of the brands that I could name is Edwin USA, with J. Crew, Madewell, Everlane, Filson, Autonom, Polo.
And you guys really pride yourself on manufacturing in a clean way.
People jokingly say, oh, you know, whoever works in the denim industry, their bloods are blue. Because we see the blue water all the time. We have headquarters in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, where we use 98% of water recycling system, all the sustainability elements. So we're bringing that core into the Los Angeles. We're saving 40% of energy, saving a lot of water, using better chemicals. But in order to conduct all that, you need to have a new system and the technology. All the textile garments gets filled in the landfill. Instead of that, we're using those textile waste to make it into these small particle elements, like a small boxes like this. We could make it like a hanger. We could make the tissue boxes, any type of small items.
These are the coolest hangers ever.
This is all the magic happens, from cutting to sewing to laundry to finishing.
So what am I witnessing here?
It's one of the most innovative cutting and laser systems that's on planet right now.
Oh my gosh, wow.
It's creating all the distresses, and at the same token, we're cutting it at the same token. We're controlling all the shrinkage by roll.
My mind is blown. Denim technology has come a long way.
So much effort and love that gets built along with the style.
Yeah.
So denim is a very special apparel.
Important to you to make sure that you really employ people who hadn't been working during COVID?
Yeah, during the pandemic time, there was a lot of factories, places they've been closing, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people out of job. Bottom line, we wanted to create more job openings in LA.
Well, you're doing just that.
We just hope that there's many other companies who could set up the innovative new technology factory like us.
Yeah.
So we could bring a lot more manufacture and employment to the city of Los Angeles.
They call it the city where dreams come true. Now shining the light on a local find you may not know about.
It's just a very pure light. In some ways, we are like mosquitoes to the light because it's just so attractive and so like blinding. I'm Danny B, and I'm revealing the art of making custom neon signs. My grandparents, they ran a neon shop in Vegas, so I kind of always grew up around the craft. They ran a really cool repair shop in Vegas, so they got to work on a lot of the big marquee signs and all these big neon lights in Vegas. LA has like the most beautiful neon signs. Neon is made from glass. It's all hand bent and blown in the fires. Everything is done by hand. There's no machines in the process. But when you look at the quality of the material, there's nothing that compares to neon. I was very lucky to meet Derlin earlier this year. Derlin has been running this business for 2 years. He has a very strong foundation in working with glass. He's just like a glass magician. It is a very labor-intensive and kind of like technical process. You have to be good with electricity, you have to be good with glass. The trend with neon signs has left kind of the front of the building and now is inside the building. It's kind of evolved into a new sort of like medium where it's used just to glow up people's homes. Businesses use it as catchy slogans that people can take, you know, very viral pictures with. It's definitely evolved off of being just purely like storefront signage, which has been great for us. Photo studio called the Urban Jungle. We did all of those. We did them for the new Honey headquarters down in the Arts District. We did all of their neon signs. We did one for the Beetlejuice musical. It's featured in the play, and we happened to make that. Now we're in the heart of LA by USC, so if you guys want a custom neon sign, please come by. We'll be glad to help you out. If you can dream it, we'll make it for you. Custom neon signs and services is happy to light up LA.
You know, it's not just the unique places that make SoCal so cool, but the patchwork of vibrant people and the connection of diverse communities.
If you ain't got tatted by Cartoon, you ain't got no tat.
I'm Mr. Cartoon, and you're watching LA Reveal. When I look back and I'm thinking, you know, what impact did I make in LA, or what did I do here, you know? I probably contributed something to making tattooing high-end. When I got in, a lot of the tattooers, they weren't making what they deserved, man. I had been a professional artist already, so I knew what commercial projects paid, and tattooing was way harder than those jobs, and tattooing was 1/3 of the money. And I was like, man, if I do anything, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna give the artists in LA a raise. You know, growing up in LA, I've been inspired by so many different people, so many different ethnicities, and we all kind of borrow from each other. I take this experience and the tattoos and all the street culture, and that's the heaviest influence in my art. Hey, I might be doing something for, say, Vans or Levi's or some major company, but in my head, I'm a 16-year-old kid going down the 110 freeway reading graffiti on the wall, so I still keep that with me. You know, I grew up in the harbor area, and a lot of times you can get stuck down there your whole life and never even come to Hollywood or come to other places in LA. I was always the adventurous type. As a kid, I liked to do graffiti, and to do graffiti, you had to go to LA. So we would take the bus, or we would jump in our bucket and drive down Western Avenue from Pedro all the way to Hollywood. When you do a documentary on your own life, it's really weird, man, because it's almost like therapy, where you gotta go over the same things, or things from your childhood, or cool moments, embarrassing moments. Everything gets brought up, because you want to be honest and you want to try to put as much out there as possible. My partner, Esteban Oriol, half of the documentary is about him as a photographer in LA, capturing this culture.
Everything Cartoon did, Esteban was there.
Capturing the whole culture.
Lowrider culture, tattoo culture.
People are gonna try to explain LA culture. They're gonna do their best to explain it to the masses. So why not us? Why not us be in that position? And we'll say, you know what, we're gonna do it our way, out of our lens, out of our eyes, and doing it more for other homies, like other artists and other peers of mine. I'm kind of doing it for them, This whole studio I'm in, I seen it before it manifested. I sketched it 10 times. Here in Santa Monica, it's where Hollywood meets the water. We're in my private studio. I'm partners in a barbershop called Master Deluxe. We built this place to kind of be a one-on-one type of environment. This is where we make people's lives a little bit better, They walk in one way, they leave better. With a tattoo and fresh fade. Being that I'm 51 years old, I'm not gonna be tattooing forever, you know what I mean? You're only as good as your last project. You gotta stay on top. You gotta be cutting edge. Your work's gotta be dope, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is SoCal culture. We're all in it to win it. Let's get it.
So come back for all things fun. LA Unscripted from the experiential Barton G will be right back. The SoCal hustle and bustle is back, so let's get into the groove together. Welcome back to LA Unscripted from Barton G, where we're just monkeying around a little bit. I'm Dana Devin, and in the peak of the pandemic, we launched LAU to help carve out 30 minutes of normalcy. Now that things are looking up, you can still count on us to be that BFF with the GPS, programmed to all things good.
My signature cookie, it's the sea salt chocolate chip. Hi, I'm Lara, founder of Fleur Sel, and I am here to reveal LA's newest cookie obsession. This is the pièce de résistance. So I speak French, the chocolat chip. Lived in France in high school, and I named Fleur Sel after my two favorite things, which are flowers and salt. Bienvenue. Baking and being in the kitchen has always been my passion. You know, I guess I could say I learned from my mom. She always baked for us, always cooked for us. I really learned from her the value in sharing food with others. Born and raised in Seattle, I came here in 2011 to go to USC for undergrad, and I majored in French and Global Health. After graduating from USC, I was debating going to pursue my master's in public health or go to dental school. And concurrently, I was working at Nordstrom at the Grove, and then I started taking classes at UCLA while working at Nordstrom. And then the pandemic hit, and I didn't get into dental school, and then I was furloughed from Nordstrom, and I was tasked with what to do next. I just wanted a way to, reconnect with people that I missed and loved, my friends, and even a lot of my former customers from Nordstrom. So I started baking and kind of just sending out my cookies here and there. I never thought it was going to be this huge thing. So we have a variety of flavors. I have a vanilla bean sugar, a cinnamon sugar snickerdoodle. I have a funfetti birthday cake. It definitely has become and always has been more than just cookies. It's really about giving back, spreading love, bringing people together. We've actually taken a bunch of our grab bags. We actually pulled up to the LA Mission, downtown LA. Here you go, right here.
Moistened and good.
Wow.
Got a lot of chocolate.
Thank you, sir.
And I just want to straighten it out and say thank you.
You're so welcome.
Backyard she shed, garage converted man cave. Where's your go-to? Let us know. Maybe we'll meet you there. And now our Olivia De Bortoli has this from our sponsors.
For our sponsor, the Uncle Artie Foundation, homelessness in LA is a top priority. Now, with this shelter, The Uncle, there's hope.
Uncle Artie Foundation is the uncle that you go to when you're in need. The first issue the Uncle Artie Foundation is tackling is the homelessness issue in Los Angeles County and really the whole state eventually. We're standing here today in the site of what will be called the Uncle in the future. It's a private and public sector coming together to actually provide 172 beds for homeless families and women and children.
Hope of the Valley is a community of people in the San Fernando Valley who decided that we need to bring people inside. And we exist solely to end poverty and to bring people to a place of stability so they can end their homelessness and live everything that they're called to be. First of all, we are so thankful for the state and county. They put $9.9 million into this facility. We have $1 million gap. So Uncle reached out to us. He wanted to get involved in the homeless fight. And as soon as we mentioned the opportunity to bring 172 beds online for mums and kids, he grabbed it. He said, I want to be a part of it. He reached into his own pocket. He's donating over $200,000. And to honor him, we're going to name this site the Uncle.
Save LA is a part of that where people can purchase hoodies like this, t-shirts, and a portion of those proceeds go to the Uncle Artie Foundation in terms of working with Hope of the Valley to get people off of the streets. On the back, which you can see, is the palm tree that's on fire. Again, it's a metaphor for the city literally burning down and people just watching it. So now people can actually wear this with pride and the fact that they did something to change the city that we all love so much.
Can't imagine what these walls have seen before, but why did you want to show me this specific room?
When the Hope of the Valley and the Uncle Artie Foundation got together and we started talking about the site of the Uncle to house the 172 people, I said to Rowan and Ken, you know what, let's go. I want to see it. I want to actually see it and feel it. What was it before and what's it going to be? If you took a look in this room over here, the president and the CEO of the Hope of the Valley organization, they actually came and stayed in this very room one night when it was kind of a crack prostitution motel, just to see what it's like, to feel what it's like, to live somewhere where families, where moms fleeing domestic violence, where infants have to stay because they have nowhere else to go. As soon as I saw this location and I saw that we could turn it into a safe haven and community for these homeless families, I said, let's get this going, guys. And that's how the Hope of the Valley and Uncle Artie Foundation landed on this site as the Uncle.
And don't worry, we're not full yet, just full of it. Just kidding, not really. LA Unscripted for the most Instagrammable restaurant ever, Barton G LA. We'll be right back.
He found a vessel, folks. He found a vessel.
So this is the vessel that you see in the middle.
Uh-huh.
This is your artery.
Okay.
Actually, and that carries the blood flow from your heart all the way down to your toes.
Everyone knows the importance of heart health, but today our sponsor CACVI is telling us the importance of vascular health as well.
So CACVI is one of the advanced amputation prevention center. We built this place as an outpatient center to treat vascular disease and vascular problems. This facility we built about 2 years ago, and we constructed this with the needs of the patient that we can treat them as an outpatient. This facility has a surgery center which treats most of the vascular disease as an outpatient setting. Mainly the focus of this facility to build is to do amputation prevention.
Your heart, when it pumps, it's got pipes everywhere, basically. You have a big giant pipe that goes down, split into two, supplies your leg. You have pipes that goes in your brain. Just like the heart arteries can cause heart attack, brain arteries can cause stroke. You have issues, same issues you have in your leg arteries. And you can have issues where eventually, if it's not taken care of properly, it can get damaged, and eventually you have problem with the leg, walking issues, and eventually get to a point where you may lose your legs.
The most common symptom is that they get calf pain or claudication while they're walking. But with a little exertion, if they go a little uphill, they go upstairs. Or they get ulcers on their legs, they get blue toes, they get swollen legs. Those are people who have venous disease. They have a problem with congestion because the blood doesn't return easily.
And this is kind of the latest technology that's out there, right?
This is the state of the art, is the latest technology that's out there.
Okay, so when someone sits down, I was told that this is the thing, right? Doctor, tell me about this.
So this is one of the stent that we place in people's artery when there is a blockage. And what we are talking about is very minimally invasive therapy. So this is an actual tube that goes inside your artery or a vein, and then entire stent which comes in a tube like that, and that can deliver through this small tube. I can travel through your body wherever I need to go.
Healthy nutrition makes a big difference. Control of our sugars in terms of what we eat properly so we don't have our sugar problems, and the correct medications. Exercise definitely helps establish better and better circulation, as well as simple bad habits that we have that we can quit, like smoking.
So your diagnosis is, I have excellent flowing arteries, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
So fun, right? And so is this.
You know how sometimes you want a little kind of sweet treat, but you don't want anything too heavy or too bad for you? And this is one of those things, sometimes when I have a hankering for something, I make this. Although I'm kicking it up a notch, if you will. So in here, I always have a bag of frozen fruit in the freezer. So whether it's berries or mango, this happens to be mango. And all I did is pour some mango into a pot, make sure it gets kind of soft and gooey. This took maybe 5 minutes. You could even put a little water in there to help it along. And I'm gonna make a yogurt parfait. In here, we'll put the mango. I'm also gonna squeeze in some fresh orange juice. Okay. I buy plain Greek yogurt, and I'll just do a little building. I also do this when, back in the good old days, when we'd have maybe people over for brunch. Mango puree going in, some toasted coconut, any kind of nut you like. I'm gonna do pistachios, cashews, macadamia nuts would be delicious. Another layer, some more mango puree, some more, what'd I do, coconut. I started without you guys.
Again, we try it before we show it, so always LAU approved. And to Barton G Restaurant LA, thank you so much for providing the most unique dining experience ever. And to you guys, we'll see you next time. Love you. Mwah.